Why, hello, welcome. Welcome to our study of the Latin language, or should I say, salve. Salve. Welcome to our study of the lingua latina, the lingua latina, the Latin language. So let's get straight into it, and let's start with one of our very first Latin words, which is the Latin word amare. Amare. And the Latin word amare means in English to love. It's always good to begin with a bit of love. The Roman poet Virgil said that love conquers all things, love conquers everything. So we're going to go along in that mode, or go along in that vein, and start with the Latin word amare, to love. And looking at this Latin word amare, English meaning to love, I guess one of the first things that we might notice is that it's just one word in Latin here, amare, but two words in English, to and love. One word in Latin, amare, but two words in English, to love. And it's a reasonable question to ask, well, okay, if it's one word in Latin and it's two words in English, which bit of the Latin word which bit of the Latin word amare means to, and which bit of the Latin word amare means love? And unless you've done a bit of Latin before, there's no obvious way to work it out at this stage. So let me tell you that it's the re here, the last two letters that mean to, and it's the amar bit that means love. So amare, one word in Latin, means to love. It's the amar bit here that means love, and it's the re, the last two letters on the end of the word, that mean to. So if I were to give you another Latin word, if I were to say parare, unless you've studied Latin before, you wouldn't know what it means, but you would know at least one thing now. You would know that it means to something, because you can see that it ends in the letters re, pronounced re, and if it ends in re, it means to something. And let me tell you that parare means to prepare, So therefore it's the para bit that means prepare, just as it was the amar bit here that meant love, and it's the re bit, the re bit here that means to, and it's the re bit here that means to. So if I give you another word, let me give you something like ambulare, and you know immediately now that it means to do something. We know that immediately because we've noticed, haven't we, that the Latin word, the single Latin word, ends in the letters re, and we know that the word ending in re means to do something, and in this case it means to walk. So we know, don't we now, that if ambulare means to walk, we know that it's the ambular, this bit here, the ambular, that means walk. So we've got our first three Latin words: amare, to love; parare, to prepare; amare, to love; parare, to prepare; ambulare, to walk. And they're all examples of when I was at school, they used to call them doing words, action words, or verbs. They're all examples of verbs. Verbs are action words, doing words: to love, to prepare, to walk, to, let me give you another one. Let me give you this one here. Necare. Necare obviously means to do something. It's a verb. It's an action word. We know it means to because it's got the re on the end. There's the re. And necare means to kill. To kill. A very Roman thing. And Romans had a massive empire in their time, and they used to go around killing people, so it's a word they used a lot. Anyway, necare, to kill, and it's the neca here that means kill. And these are verbs, these are action words, they're doing words. Actually, I've missed something out here, haven't I? If you look at, if we go back to amare, I've got this little mark here over the A. If we go back to parare, I've got this mark over the A. If you go to ambulare, I've got this mark over the A. And if we go to necare, I should have this mark over the A. Necare. And this mark, let me tell you, this mark is called a macron. And it helps us with the pronunciation. So let's have a look at that again. Let's just say, so here, there's our macron. So that sign equals a macron. It helps us with our pronunciation because it means, actually, macron is an ancient Greek word. It means long in ancient Greek. You might have come across macroeconomics or indeed studied macroeconomics, where you're studying the big economic picture, the economic picture in the long term. Macron means long. And if it's over, for example, in our cases here, let's get those examples again. Amare, what was it? Amare, parare. Then it was amare, parmare, necare. If it's over the letter A, it indicates that that A is pronounced as a long A, not a short A. So if there's a macron over, it's pronounced, I don't know, like the English word, the A in the English word father. Ah, or just simply that's good. Father. But if there's no A, if there's no macron over the A, it's what's known as a short A, and it's pronounced like the A in the English word cat, ka-atta, or the English word await. So there, await, okay, ka-atta, or await. So if there's no macron, it's a, and if there's a macron, it's ah. If there's a macron, it's called a long vowel, and if there's no macron, it's called a short vowel. Okay, so this is the long, remember macron means long, and this is the short vowel. Okay, and they're simply called that because they say that the long vowel takes twice as long to pronounce as the short vowel. Yeah, you can try it. There's the short one, the and there's the the long one. I hope you're not in a public place doing this, because they might think you're a bit weird, but it's the short vowel, and the long vowel, because it takes twice as long to pronounce. So we've got, let's recap what we've got now. We've got amare. That's the first verb we did. Okay, this first A is short. It's amare, which means to love. Then we've got something like parare, which means to prepare. Then we've got something like ambulare, which means a B there. It's bad writing. Let's just go over that. Let me just put the whole thing again. Save any confusion with my bad writing. Let's get the rubber on that. So we were saying ambulare means to walk. Okay. Then we went to necare, which means to kill. And these are all examples of verbs, doing words, action words. So these are all verbs. And they're examples of verbs in what's called the infinitive. When you do something, to love, to prepare, to walk, to kill, to remember, to watch, to see, to fight, to do something, they're actually called it's called the infinitive form. It's called the infinitive, and actually it's called the present infinitive, to do something, to love, to prepare, to walk, to kill, to remember. It's called let's get that there. It's called the present infinitive. Okay, we'll talk about in future lessons the difference between present and past and future. But for the moment, we just be aware of the fact that the to-do form of a verb is called the present infinitive of a verb, of an action word. And we've got our 4 Latin verbs there: amare, parare, ambulare, necare. Let's give you 2 more in our first lesson. Let's give you spectare. Spectare. Now we know immediately that it's the infinitive form in Latin because it's got the re on the end. So we know it's to. Remember, it's got the re, the re, the re, the re, the re. So it means to do something. Okay, and spectare, you might just be able to guess it's to do with watching, and spectating, to spectate, or just simply to watch. Spectare means to watch. Oh, wrong colour again. Let's get rid of that. Should be white. Spectare means to watch. So we've got amare, parare, ambulare, necare, spectare. And let's finish with a 6th verb in today's lesson: clamare. Clamare. Again, we know it means to do something. It's the infinitive form. I can tell you that it means to shout. I can tell you that it's the re bit that means to do something, and it's the clamar bit here that means shout, just as it's the spectar bit that means watch, just as it's the necar bit that means kill, and just as it's the ambular that means walk, the para that means prepare, and the ama that means love. The present infinitive of the verb, 1 word in Latin, 2 words in English, and we've learned also that if there's a macron over the A, it's a long A, as in father, or that's good. And if there's no macron, it's a, as in k, a, ter. So this last verb that we did here, the A's got 2 macrons. Look, there's a macron. No, it's not cla, it's clamare. Clamare, to shout. Okay, I think that's enough for our first lesson. We've come across 6 verbs, and we'll get some practice in those verbs in our next lesson, and I'll hope to tune in with you a bit later. Vale, as they say in lingua latina. Vale, bye-bye.